Greetings and welcome, people. It's the second vlog of this particular ride. I don't know how much battery I've got left in either of my cameras, so it may be that this ends up not being usable, in which case I'll just have to go out another day and go for another ride. Oh no, what a shame. What a shame. Anyway, I'm making two videos on this ride so that I can upload one straight away and I can have the other one uploaded and ready to publish on a preset date and time, because I'm going to be going away for a few days on holiday with Mrs. Beanstick. We're heading off to Edinburgh for about 5 days. So that oh goodness me, that should be it should be enjoyable. Yeah, that helmet's going to do you a lot of good hanging on your handlebar like that, mate. Yeah, you're not very safe, are you, buddy? Anyway, yes, video number 2, if it all records, but I'll make it a short one. Story of my life, really, apart from me being over 6 feet tall. Never mind. I recently watched a documentary series, fly on the wall documentary series on television. I'm sorry if my voice is getting all wobbly on here, but this road surface is rather uneven. Yes, watch a fly on the wall documentary called Helicopter ER. Should have gone that way, I think. Never mind, go this way. Yes, Helicopter ER, which is, as you would gather, is a medical type documentary where helicopter ambulances are sent out to various accidents and incidents. And not surprisingly, more than a few of these accidents and incidents are involving motorcyclists. I think I want to go this way. Of course, quite a few of them are car crashes, horse riding incidents, accidents at home, that type of thing. So not by any means solely motorcycle related accidents. But whenever I watch them, it just seems to me, maybe I'm reading more into it than there actually is, that they have a certain kind of understated disapproving tone when they talk about, when they're sort of away for the bit before the incident or a bit just after, when they talk about what's happened and what the injuries were and sort of thing. You just get this feeling that really they're sort of saying, well, you shouldn't be riding motorbikes, they're dangerous, people get hurt on motorbikes. Obviously, sort of ironically oblivious to the fact that quite a large number of the incidents they attend are not involving motorbikes in any way, shape or form. So motorbikes are not dangerous. Riding a motorbike does make you more vulnerable in the event of an accident, but in and of itself, riding a motorcycle is not dangerous. Crashing while riding a motorcycle, that's a different matter. Definitely try to avoid doing that. Now, there was one particular episode where a guy had been riding his motorcycle to work quite early in the morning, He came up to a junction, a bit like this one, left junction, and as he wanted to turn left down it, so in a sense, thankfully, he wasn't carrying on straight past it, or he might have been going faster and the incidents could have been a lot worse. But as he approached this junction, a car came out of that junction on his side, on the wrong side of the road. Basically cut the corner, so the car was turning right, so he pulled over onto the right side of the road, right in front of this motorcycle. Basically the motorcyclist thought, well, I've either got to ride straight into that car, or I've got to put the bike down and just hope for the best. So he put the bike down, and because he did that, there was no impact with the car, but he was injured. I think he dislocated his shoulder and broke a couple of ribs or something. But the car driver stopped, paused for, I don't know, 5 or 10 seconds, and then buggered off. Left this guy lying in the road, injured. Didn't phone an ambulance, even anonymously. Didn't stop to ask if he was okay. Nope, just drove off, left him there. And this is up in the sort of like the north east of England, Yorkshire, Northumberland area, so he was quite away from any kind of fairly regularly used road. The road he was on was a very quiet road, and as I say, it was early in the morning. So eventually somebody did come by and find him and call the ambulance, etc, etc, and he was taken to hospital, and yeah, he had injuries and all this sort of thing. And of course they did try to find this car and the driver. Now I don't know whether the guy on the bike was able to remember any of the number plate of the car, or what type and colour of car it was, anything like that. But part of the problem is, of course, that he or his bike didn't impact the car, so the car will have no damage. So they can look at as many of cars of that type and colour as they like. They're not going to be able to verify which one was the one involved in it, and the guy's just going to obviously deny, even if they do track him down. Now the point I'm getting to is cameras, and you know, I'm a bit of a banging on sort of person when it comes to using cameras in cars and on bikes. If this guy had just a helmet camera, or like what I used to have on the mirror over there, a forward-facing camera acting as a dash cam, that would have recorded everything. And he wouldn't have had to worry about being able to remember what type of car or the registration number or anything like that, because it would have been on the camera. Now I know I've taken my dash cam off, so effectively I'm running on just this camera as recording anything that goes on. If that battery runs out, then I'm not recording anything. So I've taken that camera off, and I have not yet got round to installing the front and rear dual dash camera system that I did a video about a short while ago, because I started planning out what I was going to do, and when I was looking into that, it suddenly occurred to me that there were several other jobs in this area of the bike that I was planning on attending to previously. In fact, some years ago. I just completely forgot all about them. And of course, when I came across those, I thought, oh no, I better factor those into what I'm going to do, because obviously I'm fitting camera system to the front and rear of the bike with, you know, it's going to be worked right from the front to the back. So yeah, let's go this way, why not? So it's going to take me a bit longer to finish the task, so I want to be able to be sure that I am going to be able to do it in one hit on a decent day, get started in the morning, just work it all the way through the day, and hopefully at the end of the day have everything done. I have made a small start in that I have tidied up the under the seat area at the back of the bike, which is where the recorder unit of the dash cam system is going to go. I know that's a giveaway, not a stop, but I didn't have a clear view, so I thought stopping was better than carrying on. So yeah, I haven't started on it yet, but like I say, in the circumstance that happened to this guy, or any other bike or car that's involved in a incident where there's no actual impact but somebody else's driving has caused one or other party to crash, having that camera evidence can sometimes be, make it an open and shut case. You've got the footage, this is what the person did, and I crashed as a result of that or whatever, and they should clearly have the make and model of the car and hopefully the number plate, and that's it, job done. You hand that over to the police and they do the rest. So what I'm working towards saying here is, if you watch motovlogger videos but you don't even have a camera of any sort running on your helmet or on the front of your bike, please get one fitted. It doesn't have to be anything, it doesn't have to be a GoPro Hero 7 Black, it doesn't have to be a Drift 4K. It's nice if you can afford for it to be something like that, but it doesn't have to be. As long as it does 1080p 30, which I think should be good enough for most purposes for evidence, then that should give you some reassurance that if anything, obviously you don't want to, I'm not saying put a camera on your bike and then go out and ride like an idiot, because obviously what you record on the camera could condemn you as much as anyone else. But at least in the event something does happen, you can show anyone who needs to know, a little poem, exactly what happened. So a camera system like the one I've got, the Blue Sky C, or an equivalent of that, if it has 1080, even one of the cheaper ones that has 1080p at the front, 720 at the back, that would do the job. But I would strongly recommend getting something fitted to help you out in that regard. And I think I wanted to go that way. Yes, I did. Did I? Yes, I did. So, like I say, again, get something fitted on your bike, keep it running, something that, like that, built it a sort of wide-in system. Something that you don't have to worry about. You just start your bike up and it starts recording. Not suggesting everyone start motovlogging, but having something on there to record stuff that happens around you. Even if it's not something that even if it's something that doesn't happen to you directly, if you record something that affects someone else, that could be useful. Especially if you're on a group ride and somebody tries to claim that some of your group are riding dangerously, you may have the evidence to show that that's not actually the case. So it's just a shame that we've come to that sort of situation where you need to have some kind of video recording device to protect yourself in the event of something happening, or in the event of somebody doing something and then trying to blame it on you. So there we are. I shall stop acting like a proper worrywart and say thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you again on the next one. Cheerio for now. Bye. Nope, not that one. Idiot. Nice little stretch of twisties. Shame about the vehicles in front of me. Never mind.